Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and today I thought we'd take a little bit of a break from the old C16s and have a quick look at this. Nothing vintage or anything, it's just an old laptop, but what it was, my mate Andy over on Vintage Electronics Repair, he gave me a few old scrap laptops that someone had given him, and we didn't have any interest really in them, and he knew that I like messing with this stuff, so he passed them on to me. A couple of them were just really scrap, you know. I've basically salvaged the hard drives and a few other useful bits out of them, but they weren't worth doing anything with. They were all like Pentium 4s and stuff. This, however, I thought this was rather nice. What we've got here is a little Toshiba NB100 netbook, and it does actually fire up and basically work. Ooh, I'll get the power supply and what have you. It's not the original power supply, obviously, it's just one that I've found that will work. It's a 19 volt laptop supply. Let me get this. Ooh. I'll bet you're wondering why on earth am I messing with some old junk like this. Well, I actually quite like these little netbooks for I always like, whenever I go over to China or I go over to Europe, I like taking a little netbook like this with me rather than a big laptop, because all I want to do is just check emails and things like that. You don't need a big powerful laptop. And I always get a dirt cheap one, because if it gets broken, so what? It wouldn't even be worth insuring it for the what it costs. The last one of the last little netbook I had, that was another Toshiba. That was a nice little one. A tiny little bit bigger than this, only a tiny little bit. I can't remember which model number it was now. It wasn't quite as neat as this one. I had that one for a couple of years, and unfortunately I'd put it at the side of my bed, got out of bed and trod on it and smashed the screen on it, so obviously it wasn't worth, I mean, a new screen for it was 30 quid. I think I paid a tenner for it, so it wasn't worth putting a new screen on. And then Andy gave me this, and basically all that's wrong with it is the keyboard doesn't work. Or at least the keyboard doesn't work properly. So, I'll switch it on and fire it up. Why should it not fire up now? There it is, it's coming on now. Let's just fire it up. It's got Windows XP on. I mean, it's a little AMD Atom thing, so it's not like a massively powerful processor or anything like that. Oh, it needs a new CMOS battery in it, that's not a problem. I'll have a rummage round for a new CMOS battery for it, but here's where you encounter a problem, because there's only certain keys on the keyboard actually seem to work or do anything. You can get into the BIOS, so F2 works, but F1 doesn't. I have managed to get it into Windows, it boots into Windows fine. It's just that basically the keyboard doesn't work properly on it. So I had a look online, and I got a new keyboard for it. That cost 7 quid delivered. So really, I'm not spending mega money on this. And I thought I'd just do a quick video on installing this keyboard in this little netbook. So let's get on with it. We'll unplug it. I've not even looked up online procedure. Let's just wing it. Let's see if we can figure out how we can do this. I'm guessing there'll be some screws on the back that probably release, unless it pops off, release this little cover here, and then there's usually a couple of screws under there. You undo them, and you can hinge the keyboard up, disconnect the connectors, and it should come out. Let's have a look. Right, if we have a look on the back here. Oops, let's just open it up and have a quick scuzzy. Right, where it says F10, I think it's probably them screws there that we need to remove to gain access to that. Let's get the battery out, because I don't think we need the battery in place. There might be some hidden screws under there as well. I really haven't looked. Oh, unlock that way. There are. And it's got a little bit of water in it where I've just been giving it a wipe over, so let's get some toilet paper and clean that out. I think my washing went a bit more than I was expecting, actually. There we go. So it was a bit dirty when I got it, so I did give it a quick squiz down with some soapy water. Just make it make it quite nice actually. It's not really in bad condition at all. I've got a screw there. I've got a bit of my I'll get some tweezers and get that out. That'll do. Oh no, there's my proper tweezers. Let's get that bit of toilet paper I just got on there out. I've got a screw there which I'm suspecting is probably to do with it. So let's put that one out. That's the wrong end for the screwdriver. Let's get a smaller screwdriver bit. I like these because they don't take a lot of room up as well. I mean, when I'm not using it for what I've just, its intended purpose, this will be an ideal little laptop to have up here in the workshop because it doesn't take a lot of room up. It's got Wi-Fi on it, so it'll connect to the internet, and it's just handy for either watching YouTube videos while I tinker with something, or looking up, like, you know, schematics or pinouts or whatever online. Let's try taking these out, see if that releases that little flap. One out. Make sure I can put the screws somewhere where I don't lose them or I don't get them mixed up with other screws. I should have another little pot somewhere. I'll have to use that lid, I think. I'll keep the screws together. There's another one out. Take this one out. What I may do is I may extract the, not now, but I may extract the hard drive from my old netbook and put that one in here. It's a Toshiba. I'll probably have to do a bit of fiddling with the drivers. It should work alright. It's got Windows 7 on that other hard drive, but what it has got, it dual boots that one, Windows 7 and Puppy Linux. I quite like Puppy Linux as a really lightweight distribution of Linux for these older laptops. So I've got best of both worlds on that hard drive. So I've got the compatibility from Windows 7, and I've got the speed of Puppy Linux, which does run quite nice and quick even on this older hardware. There we go, we're in. I was right. Well, at least yeah, 3 of the screws I took out were obviously the right screws to take out. I've obviously took some out that I don't need to. Right, let's see how we get this keyboard off. We've got a screw here. That's that one out. The other thing I've got on that other hard drive is I've got it packed full of some emulators actually, because I do like fiddling with some vintage games while I'm away. So it's got like a ZX Spectrum emulator on there, there's a C64 emulator on there, it's got a Sega emulator on as well that does Master System and Mega Drive. So I might either put that hard drive in here. I'm actually not even sure what size the hard drive is in this. The other one in my old netbook's an 80 gig. Not that it really matters that much for, you don't need huge hard drives for computers like this. It's not exactly something I'd be rendering video on or anything like that. There we go, that's free. And I think the keyboard should pull out. There we go. Now I won't throw that away. That'll go in my scrap laptop keyboard box. And then whenever I get a laptop in that needs a key, and there's a compatible one in here, I can use it to harvest keys off. I've got a big box of old laptop keyboards that basically that's all I keep them for. It's always handy if you just get a laptop in that's just one key missing. You know, so you can have a fertile through there, and usually you can find something that's, if it's not identical, it can at least fit and get the computer working again. So that can go in my scrap box, and hopefully we've got the right one in here to fit it. It should be, according to the eBay seller anyway. It was the cheapest one I could find on eBay. A lot of places wanted like £12 for these keyboards plus postage. So this one cost me £7, including the postage. I'll just make sure there's nothing in here which I can be recognised from. I've already deleted my address off the front. But anyway, yeah, that looks about right. We've got a new keyboard there. Yeah, that's got my address on it, so I'll not let you see that. Yeah, there we go. No, I don't think it's probably an aftermarket. It's probably a pattern one. I don't think it's a genuine Toshiba one. Well, at least I wouldn't expect it to be at £7, but it looks the part. It certainly looks the part. It's yeah, it's UK spec as well. It's got the pound sign in the right place and what have you. So hopefully that should work quite nicely. All we need to do is connect it up. We just bend this round a little bit. This is always the bit that's a bit of a pain. You just need to kind of like bend it round so you can feed the new... Can you see what I'm doing here? Let me just try and turn it round like that. I'll perhaps zoom you in a little bit. Oop. There we go. And there we go. Right, what we need to do, as you can see, that's where the keyboard connector is. So let's just slip that in there. And we'll pop that down. Perhaps just use the tweezers to get that little connector pushed into position. This is about the fiddliest part to do, is actually get that connector in the right place and get it actually pushed down the way it should be. I think we've got it there now. I think that's right. Yeah. I think it's in anyway. Not the nicest, most positive one to connect in that actually, but yeah, I think we're good there. We'll screw that down with them two screws and we'll put some power... Oh, let's zoom you out a bit now. Oops, wrong way. There we go. We'll screw that down now and we'll give it a try before we put the rest of the laptop back. Because I'd hate to screw it all back together and then find out that that connector's not quite fitted in right. So it is a little bit fiddly, but... Screw that in. I'll screw that in. We don't want to over tighten them, and you really don't need to. Right, okay, let's give it some power. And we'll see whether we can hit F1. Where's the on button? Oh, there's the on button. And hopefully if we hit the F1 key, that's just fired straight up this time. It's like I said, that CMOS battery I think is just on its a bit on its last legs. If it's actually had power up, it does seem to save its settings. It doesn't matter anyway, so we'll let XP fire up. We'll open up a notepad or something like that and we'll just check that this new keyboard does actually work. It will get a new install of XP if I do decide to keep XP on here. I might try it with 7. It has got an Atom processor. The very basic version of 7 usually works okay on an Atom processor actually. So this has got whoever's software was on it that originally owned this little netbook. So this will obviously have to be wiped. I want to keep someone else's software on here, and we don't know what nasties are on there. I certainly wouldn't want to use it, you know, with my bank details or anything. Not until it's had a thorough wiping and a reinstallation. But let's see if we can get Notepad up. And let's have a look here. Programs. It's got some horrible, some of this software on it. Possibly why it was even thrown away, I don't know. It's got some of this absolutely horrible, like fake antivirus software on it that constantly bugs you and you can never seem to get rid of. Not that that bothers me, like I said, I'll just format the hard drive. But right, where's Notepad? that long since I've used XP. I actually use Windows 98 more than I use XP. It should be on here somewhere, shouldn't it? I've got Microsoft Works there. All we need is something that we can type on the keyboard on, really. No, sod off, come on. There's a text document there, that'll do. Let's open that up. Hopefully it's got nothing in. There we go. That's uTorrent have uploaded the wrong thing there. Obviously someone's been using this thing to download off torrents. All I want to, like I say, all I want to do is just get something up that I can like Notepad or anything like that will do. Oops. Bloody hell. Oh, this is it. This is what I mean. This horrible piece of software that it's virtually impossible to get rid of. You end up destroying your registry trying to remove it. Like I said, it doesn't bother me because I'll just fire them out the hard drive. I'm not bothered with what's on this thing. I just want to ascertain that it's working alright before I go any further. So there should be. Where is it now? Where's it gone? What we're looking for, accessories. Oh, there it is, accessories. And we should have WordPad in there. Yes, we do. WordPad. So let's click on that. There we go. That's what we've been after. So let's try it, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we can call that working, because this is where you basically got half your keyboard. Oh, hang on, the thing's pressed down. Get rid of FN. You see the problem that you have with this? It literally every few minutes it's coming up, and there's really no way you can get rid of it apart from format the hard drive. Now the numeric keypad seems to be stuck on at the moment. Let's see if we can get rid of that. I wonder why that's. I think that might be something in software though. I don't think that's going to be a problem with the actual laptop. It's just that it seems that the numeric keypad on the keyboard there is set as by default at the moment. I'll sort that out when I reformat it. You press FN in, but you can see all the keys actually do what they're intending to do. So yeah, that seems to work all right. I will do a full format on the thing now and actually get it as I want it to work. Let's power this thing down. And we'll finish off putting it back together. Now we're happy. So the main thing is that the actual keys actually do what they're meant to do. Well, they all actually work. We'll sort that little problem out once we've got it back together and we've got a new operating system on it. But it was quite simple to change that, really. Literally a few screws out, whip the keyboard out. Let's stick a few screws back in. One in there. Fortunately, these are all the same size. One in there. One in there. Stick that one in there. Whenever you're doing this, make sure you don't over tighten these screws. They don't need to be graunched right down. Just until it stops, and then another little bit of a turn, and that's all you need. Especially with these cheaper laptops, if you over tighten the screws, the little insert in the plastic tends to break free, and you can cause all kinds of damage with them. So like I said, you just have to be a bit gentle with them. Where's the battery gone? I don't know if the battery's any good. We'll actually see whether the battery charges now. I think it holds a bit of a charge. If I can find it. There it is. I'll shove the battery back in. Put some power back up it. There we go. It'll certainly run quite nice running like Puppy Linux anyway. If anyone's never seen Puppy Linux, it's a really cut down version of Linux designed to run on older laptops and older hardware. And if all you're really doing is doing a bit of web surfing, going on YouTube, Facebook and things like that, it's absolutely great actually. I'm running a rather crappy old Celeron laptop downstairs as my downstairs laptop, because I've not been able to repair my Dell. I have had a go at fixing my Dell, but I can't figure out what's wrong with it, unfortunately. It took a nosedive off the back of the settee and has not worked since. I was hoping I'd find something rattling around inside the case that had fallen off the board and I could stick it back on, but it's not been that not that easy, unfortunately. There we go. So I do have a nice little laptop there, and my only outlay is £7 for that new keyboard. And it's cleaned up quite nicely, really. So I'll have to address that where it's the key. It seems like the numeric keypad is set as priority. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'm sure that's a software issue. It's not actually an issue with the new keyboard, because if you hold F function down, you can type on your standard keys. It's just a damn shame. I'd probably even clean this version of XP up a bit, where the fact it's got that horrible bloody software on it. And like I said, I've had problems with that software before, and it's an absolute pain in the arse to actually get it off the computer. It's far easier, literally it's far easier just to format the hard drive and start again. Anyway, they're going to leave it there for now. Like I say, with just a quick little video just showing how easy it is to swap the keyboard on one of these things. So I hope you enjoyed that little video. Normal service will be resumed in the next few days, and we're going to crack on with the C16s. I've had some really helpful suggestions and pointers from some people. Brilliant advice on them actually. So in the next video we'll probably be going through some of the things that people have said, some ICs they've said I need to check out and make sure that they're working. Fortunately with that Speedmasters, the 74 series logics which are the issue, we could even pull them out of the board and test them and find out if they are the problem or not. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope you enjoyed that little video. So thanks for watching and goodbye.